Mike Williams, wide receiver for the Los Angeles Chargers. He had some strength and successfulness. I'm tired. He was great at the start of the season.
Yeah.
He's
like
kind
wide
of
receiver
tailored off
2, great.
Last week he comes out and he does manage to have a great fantasy day. However, when you look at the targets, he wasn't seeing them like he's been seeing them in the beginning of the season. He was able to catch a couple of long balls and capitalize on that touchdown last week. I don't know if he gets it done at Denver, who's a little stingy. And there are just guys that I'd rather start over him. He's come to that point where the beginning of the year is more of a facade, and that's not what we're going to see week in and week out. Keenan Allen has kind of asserted himself as the top dog over there in Los Angeles, and I think he's here to stay, especially because we know, as opposed to someone like Mike Williams, that Keenan Allen himself is susceptible to halves of a season, right? Where he'll be totally non-existent one half and completely blow up in the next half. Whether that's the start of the season or the back end of the season or reversed. He does this every single year, and it looks like he's starting to do it again, where he wasn't really relevant in the beginning of the year. Now he's starting to find success. I think that continues. Guys that I'd start over Mike Williams, Darnell Mooney, T. Higgins, just to name a few. I think those guys have better matchups. T. Higgins coming off of a down week. Darnell Mooney starting to emerge, especially now that Allen Robinson is going to sit this week. And I actually like that Andy Dalton's going to be throwing the ball as opposed to Justin Fields, at least in terms of right now. So, yeah, two guys that I'd much rather start over Mike Williams, which hurts to say because people have been keeping him in their lineups week in and week out because of those good weeks in the beginning of the season. And they've just kind of been duddy since then. And don't be fooled by last week's performance because I think you're going to get more of what you've seen over the last few weeks as opposed to what you saw last week. So that's my fool's gold for week 12. Jacob, any thoughts?
No, good choice, man. He went from obviously a must-start wide receiver 1 to now it's like you're debating him in your last flex spot. So it's definitely not an easy choice to start him.
Yeah, that's just the way fantasy football is, man. You win some, you lose some. Some guys are hot, then they're not. Ooh, that rhymed. And I'm going to be corny and end it like that today. So